What's going on, y'all? This your boy, Chris Simmons, coming to you with another special episode with another special guest. She is originally from West Africa, specifically Nigeria, but is currently located somewhere in New Hampshire. I don't know where. Don't ask me because I've never been to New Hampshire. Never been up that far north, but she is somewhere in the States in New Hampshire. And she is a fitness influencer who is on a mission to help support and encourage you to set realistic and attainable body goals for a healthy slash balanced life. Man, I'm so glad to have her on the show today. We had a great conversation last time. We got real deep with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And, just what a way to, just celebrate Black History Month, bringing another queen on the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been really looking forward to, having more sisters and brothers on the show. And I got one today. So I'm really excited for this conversation. She's going to talk all about her fitness journey and, some other stuff that we might get into. But without further ado, let me introduce y'all to Ugochi. What's going on with you, girl? I got it right this time. I thought I was going to mess it up, but I got it right. What's going on with you, girl? How you doing?
All right. So just to introduce myself, I'm Ugochi. My name is Ugochi. The last name is Ugochi. From West Africa, Nigeria. From the Southeast region, which we're the Igbos, if you're familiar with Nigerians and like the ethnic groups. Live in New Hampshire. I moved to the US like 4 years ago. So yeah.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I know you've been over here for a while, and I know from what we were talking about last time, I know that the States, being over here in America, is different from Nigeria. So before we get into the questions and your fitness journey and everything like that, why don't you kind of talk to the people, man? Like, what was it like being in Nigeria? Like, what are some similarities or even some differences that you noticed being in Nigeria versus being out here in the United States?
I think I can talk more about the differences, not the similarities.
Okay,
yeah, the differences.
All right. Yeah,
and
go
then,
ahead.
Okay, yeah. Nigeria is an African country, so one of the major things you spot out is that everyone's Black there. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the thing that would be like most out, like, poignant, or like you can observe that everyone is Black. We have African accent. We speak different languages, like some states. You communicate with people and your first response will be in the native language. And what else? The politics there is way different from whatever goes on here. Definitely different. The way people socialize is like one of the things I identified that is like a big difference. People are more friendly, or they believe in like a communal sense of living, like a sense of community. You move into a place, you know your neighbors, your friends, like, you become friends, you're in school, you practically know like everyone's name, where they live, you want to hang out with them. So it's just the ways they interact socially that can say that's a big difference. Like here, I can say I don't know like my neighbors, I don't know anyone that lives around me, and there's actually no reason for us to interact. But yeah, I think people there intentionally, I don't know if they're being nosy or they're being friendly, but it's like something that you just, like, everyone does, Yeah.
I know you were telling me about that last time we talked, how over in Nigeria, your part of the country, like people were more, people were more open and friendly out there. People were more like, it was more like a community based. And I definitely agree with you when you say that people over here, they tend to like keep to themselves a lot. I noticed that, like, sometimes you may see somebody you're familiar with, and you be like, kind of give them a wave or something like that. They just look at you like they don't even know who you are. It's like, I just saw you yesterday. Like, you gonna do me like that for real? But but yeah, no, that's one of the things that I remember you telling me about. And so in terms of like food though, because I'm big into food for real. What's the difference between the food over there that y'all eat? Do y'all eat like similar stuff over there, or y'all is it pretty
We
different?
It is different. We have African food. We have soups. Some of them are made with seeds and vegetables, but we use mostly palm oil to cook the soup.
What's
They
what?
do.
Oh,
We
what's significant about the palm oil?
just makes it taste different and gives it like a different flavor.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
red. It's thick.
Mhm.
Smells different. Usually you have to like fry it, like just make it like we just put some heat on it and just nice aroma that it's just flavorful, it's different. It's a bit more really, it's kind of unhealthy, but it tastes good.
Okay.
Yeah, and we eat a lot of starch. I don't know if the cassava plant grows here. I've never seen it here in the store, but like most times we eat like cassava, which is grinded and like mixed and processed, and it's mostly starchy food and oily food, and but it tastes good. Yeah, it tastes good. A lot of rice. Rice is a big deal there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, rice is something really, and the cassava, yams, mostly roots and tubers. Like we have a lot of roots and tuber plants in Nigeria, so we eat like yams, cassava, potatoes. Yeah, there's something different about the way the texture of like plants like that. It's different. I don't really know about cooking. If I buy a potato here, mostly sweet potatoes, is way different from the ones back there. I don't know, like the texture. It's kind of harder and tougher and like really
So
nice.
it's not as good.
Oh,
Okay.
it's better there.
Over where you over in Nigeria, it's a lot better. Well,
Yeah, it's like way better.
probably because like so it seems like if I'm not mistaken, like it seems like back in Nigeria, y'all ate more like whole, like natural foods,
Oh yeah, it's all
like it
organic.
seems like it was more natural out there versus now,
Yeah.
you go to the store, a lot of that stuff is processed. A lot of that
Yes,
stuff, they claim is natural, but it
but
kind of
it's no. You
it's
can tell.
you can definitely tell, like, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Like I definitely
Mhm.
um have been mentioned that I want to go out there, especially to Nigeria, because I obviously I know you, and then I also have my friend, who's from
Yeah.
Nigeria as well, and he was telling me how they love chicken and rice. Like he loved chicken and rice.
Oh, everyone loves
Like
chicken
when
and
he
rice.
came over here, he was like, man, like me and him, we go to college together, and he was like, man, he was like, they got some chicken and rice. I was like, man, you gonna have to check, bro. He was like, man, they got chicken and rice, man. That's my thing. And so that's what I noticed about,
Oh
kind
yeah.
of similar to what you were saying, how they over there, they like rice, they like natural foods. It
Chicken.
seems healthy.
Yeah.
So I definitely got to go check it out, man. Definitely want to go
Yeah.
over there. And
If your friend needs like something similar to Nigerian food, like Mexican food, like the rice, really, it's really similar to what we have there. I realize that Mexican food kind of have like some of the flavors, like extremely spicy. We love spicy food.
that's another thing he was talking about too. He was saying they
Yeah.
love spicy.
Yeah, we love spicy. Like when
Yeah.
I moved here, I'm like, oh, I miss the flavors. I miss
Yeah,
the
no.
spicy.
See, you got to put salt on it now. See, now you got to season your food. Back then, it
Yeah,
was already seasoned. Now you got to, put the
yeah,
salt. You got to put the
extra
pepper.
season.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, extra
they don't know
salt.
what they doing over here. Do that.
Nah,
Oh, man, shoot, man. Yeah, you definitely got to, hook me up with one of your famous dishes. I'm saying?
Oh,
Definitely got to come through
yeah,
and try it out, because
oh yeah.
that just sounds real good for real. Like,
If you want like real spicy, you should try the pepper soup,
ooh,
which can be made with like chicken. It's like a bowl and a broth, but it's really spicy. They have like, I didn't know the name of the pepper, but they kind of mix like different kinds of pepper, and like there's a seasoning that comes with like nutmeg. They call it a pepper soup spice, but it's like a lot of seeds like grinded up together and just mix them both. Tastes really good, but it's extra hot, like really spicy.
that all sounds good. I'm gonna definitely have to go try it.
Oh,
Um,
you should.
yeah,
You
most
should. You
definitely.
love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, that sounds good. But
Mhm.
yeah, we gonna so what we're gonna do, we're gonna transition into these questions, because I know that being, eating, good foods, that kind of ties into fitness as well. And we'll go ahead and touch more on that, later in the show. But first, I really do want to say that I admire like your fitness, I admire your discipline. I really, like I said, when I found you on Instagram, I was like, man, this girl, she's very disciplined, very motivated. And, which is the reason why, I want to reach out to you for real. I reached out to you because, I think like, a lot of people want to get into doing fitness, but sometimes they just don't know how for real. Like they just don't have that motivation, and some of them it's just it's difficult to get started. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult because with fitness, there's a lot of aspects to it and stuff like that. In terms of trying to get your body right, you got to be disciplined enough to do the workouts. You got to be disciplined enough to eat and everything like that. But before we get too deep into that, I just want to just open up by just having you share, how did you get started on your fitness journey, like, and stuff like that. Like, what made you decide to you know get started with your fitness journey and stuff like that?
Um, so my fitness journey, it wasn't like something like I intentionally tried to start. Um, so back in college, I've never really been an active person, or I never struggled with like weight or anything like that. But I had this friend in college that she wanted to lose weight. She gained a lot of weight, and I think she had like an episode where her cholesterol level was high and it was like a medical issue. So she had to lose weight, which that's what the doctor recommended. So she told me, and I was like, okay, fine, we can join like a fitness group. So I set out like go with her like every morning and like just keep her accountable. So we both joined, and I just fell in love with it. Like it's something I enjoyed, and I love the result. Like in my life in general, I noticed that like my memory kind of improved because I was in college, and I realized that, okay, when I study, I do remember a lot of things. And after I work out, like the flow was amazing. Like I could comprehend things way quicker. And then my energy level, things like the benefits kept me going, So that was one of the major reasons why I started, and just sticking to it is like, I love the results. I love the fact that my memory improved, my retention, comprehension, and what else? The energy I had, I became more agile, I became more active, like the way I moved, like my life changed when I started working out. And that was the reason I decided to keep working out. What else? Also, I think like after that, like maybe say 6 months after, I'm a twin, and my twin brother got sick. And it was something that really affected me so much. So that I use like exercise as a coping mechanism. You know, um, I noticed that when I couldn't sleep, if I get up and take a walk or run, I could rest well. So yeah, those were like some of the things that made me stick to it along the way as I progress. Yeah, it's just, in summary, I started because of a friend, and I fell in love with it because of the results.
Would you say that that is the reason why you keep getting up and doing it day after day, even like, maybe there may be days where maybe you don't want to, go work out? Would that,
Uh,
would those reasons be the reason why you still do it? Or is it like, I guess what I'm trying to ask you is like, what basically keeps you motivated to keep working out, even when, you may feel like in your mind, I don't want to do this today. Maybe we should just, skip out on today.
mhm.
What keeps you motivated to keep working out every single day, or however many days you do it?
Yeah. So that was one of the reasons I love the benefits, but also one thing that really motivates me to like keep working out, I do have a schedule. I do have like goals. I kind of use visual aid to like
Hmm.
make myself accountable. Or sometimes I do have like a friend, like a gym buddy, you know, we go together. But since I moved, I don't have that. But back in Nigeria, I did have a friend that, we always go in the morning. That's what we did. But the visual aid aspect, like, so there's so many apps. There's so many trackers, like fitness trackers, things like that, that actually like it's just an automated process where when you work out, it just records it. So every week I do have a goal to work out 4 times a week, minimum of 4 times a week. And doing that, just having a set goal and having something that records your level, your progress level, kind of make you stick to it. It's like a journey, like, okay, every week I just like, you plan, first plan, like pick a time that works for you. If the morning works for you, fine. If after work, like just try to set out that time that you're least busy, because life happens. You have work, you have things. If you have kids, that's another factor. Just pick the time that you are not interrupted. For me, that's what I do. That's what keeps me, that time when I have nothing else to do. And I look at my calendar, I do also set like a reminder.
Sure.
Yeah, that works, So you just see that we live in a technology age. Like we have phones, we have laptops, we have things that remind us. So, or you can just have like a poster in front of your desk and say 9 o'clock, go to the gym. It's just like you remind yourself. So the visual aid is a huge aspect. Besides me loving exercise and like want to stay fit and realize that was something I have to do for the rest of my life. It's not just, it's a lifestyle. It's not, I don't do it just to lose. I'm not doing it to lose weight. I'm not doing it to compete in some body lifting or, people have goals and targets, but it's just to remove that from the idea of exercise. Like that's not the primary goal. The primary goal is to build a healthy lifestyle, to progress. And the only way you can do it is to incorporate it like in your life, like it's part of you. It's a mindset. So yeah, that's what I do. Well, having goals, setting a plan, having a routine, because sometimes you might go there and not know what to do. You have to have a routine. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're.
So I think you made a great point, and I've mentioned this before. And when I think of myself, my passion for going to the gym, like you said, like it's a lifestyle to you,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's why I love going to the gym so much is that I make it a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people struggle. I'm talking to people who always have said, "Oh, I want to work out. I want to try working out. I want to try losing weight. I want to try this and that. Try to get myself stronger. All that stuff." But I think where people tend to struggle is they make it seem like going to the gym is like a chore. But they're not embracing the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They're not making fun for themselves. You feel me? And I think that's why people struggle with trying to stay in the gym. Yeah. And, knowing that we are about the second month into the new year, I know some people probably done fell off by now. Because it's always January is always the time where it's the most packed, and in February it kind of dies down, and then March just kind of levels out. I know you tend to know like who's really about it and who's not. And so, for those of you who probably ready to give up on the process, ready to give up, in the gym, I would just say, try to make it fun. Like you said, have a partner with you, find you a partner to, hold you accountable. I've done that with my friends as well. That's why, I work out in a group with 2 other people and we make it fun. You know what I'm saying? We use that time to better ourselves every single day. And we have fun, we, have conversation, we push each other, motivate each other. That's fun. Also, some people get so worried about the result. They're like, man, I need to, work out so I can get this hot girl summer or whatever. I need to look good for the spring break or the summer trip. Like people get so caught up in the process, but it's like, just learn how to enjoy the process. Stop worrying about the result and just continue to trust the process. See, the people who are always worried about the result, they tend to never really make it fun because they're so worried about trying to hit this certain goal where it's like, it seems like it's something they have to do. Like going to the gym, like you don't want to make it, to be something that you have to do, right? You got to
Yeah.
make it fun for yourself. Like, maybe get some headphones, listen to your favorite music, right? It don't have to be boring. Like, you don't have to just show up to the gym, like, just to be there. Like, you can have fun, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, like, working out with people, that also helps. Listen to music, that also helps. And being able to just know that you're doing it to make yourself better it should be enough for you to stay motivated to keep going to the gym. So there's a lot of things that can keep you motivated throughout during the gym.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, for me, like, I've just made it a lifestyle. This is just something I love to do,
Yeah.
because of the benefits that it has
Yeah.
for me, knowing that I'm taking care of my physical and mental health, knowing
Mhm.
that after I get done with the gym, I'm feeling confident about myself. I'm going throughout my
Yeah.
day, and I just feel like this energy, man.
Mhm.
So, it's a lot of reasons why, I stay
Yeah.
in the gym. And, for those of you who are struggling to, stay in the gym and, are almost getting ready to, be like the other 70-80% of the people that just give up, like I
Mhm.
said, maybe it's just, you got to figure out how to make it fun, spice it up a little bit. You don't have
Yeah.
to do the same thing every time you go to the gym. You can do different stuff. Try
Yeah.
some things you never tried before. Get out
Yeah.
your comfort zone a little bit. That's what I would encourage people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And another thing, like people feel like it's like one routine fits all. We all have different anatomies. We all have different like body structure. Like when you start a workout, maybe from a tall person and he's doing a certain kind of workout because of the way his body is aligned, it might be difficult. So one thing I recommend, depending on the person's goal, pick something that you enjoy. I don't like cardio. I just don't like it. Yeah.
No, I've never been a fan of that either, for real, for real. I just
Yeah.
play basketball, honestly. That's my cardio.
You know, and like if I decide to like stick to a routine that just involves a lot of cardio, it's torture for me and I wouldn't want to go because I don't enjoy it. So I just say, okay, what works for your friend or like someone you know, or like the Instagram influencers and all that stuff might not work for you.
Right.
Try out different exercises. When you find something that you really love, I like dance. But how I started, we joined like an aerobics class because I'm not a great dancer, but I like dancing. And the aerobics class was like loud music in the background and we're moving a certain way. So I loved going for the class because it's something I enjoy. And you stick to it. Now I've changed, I switched. It's been 10 years and I've been trying out different things. And, I started like weightlifting after a while, but you initial phase, stick to what you enjoy. Like if anyone hasn't worked out before, find that thing you enjoy. That wouldn't be so hard to do. It's not a chore. It's not like something you hate. And when you like at the beginning phase, then you get used to going because it's something you enjoy. Then when you establish that routine of actually going, then you can change the goal. You know, try out something new. Maybe try weightlifting, but it's always a process. Most people feel they can just jump in, but a lot of people have been working out for 10 years, 15 years. Like as a beginner, you can be at the level of a person that's been training for like 10 years, you know, or expect your body to look like that. Someone have put in like 10 good years of their life getting that body.
Exactly.
So those are the things, yeah.
And I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I think that, you also brought up a good point about how, it takes time to get your
Mhm.
body to where you want it to be. I think a lot of people, they tend to feel intimidated when
Mhm.
it comes to working out, when it comes to trying something new. Now, it don't necessarily have to be, going to the gym, which I also thought that was a great point where,
Mhm.
you don't have to necessarily go to a gym to lift
Mhm.
weights to work out. I mean, you can do like, aerobics, you can do yoga. I mean, you can do boxing. I mean, you can
Yeah.
go outside for a run. I mean, you can go to the park, do some calisthenics. I mean, there's different ways you can work out other than going to a recreational gym and lifting weights. But
Mhm.
don't expect you to be like somebody else who's done it for years. And I think
Yeah.
people get so intimidated when they first start working out. They feel like they got to be like up here. And that's
Yeah.
why they tend to feel like, oh, if I go out and try this, I'm gonna look embarrassed because I'm not gonna be able to do it at that level with somebody else doing it. And that's the problem a lot of people have, is that they get in their mind to where they can't go out and try it. You know, for example, like, you know, when people try a pull-up for the first time, if you've never done a pull-up before, it's going to be hard. Because when I first started doing pull-ups, that was an exercise that I was not good at first, until I started, you know, developing those back muscles to where I can do about 20 to 30 pull-ups in a row. So, you know, I think a lot of people feel like they'll be embarrassed because, you know, if they try to jump into getting into, you know, working out, they feel like, oh, I'm just gonna look stupid. I'm gonna look silly doing it. But the fact is, you can't measure your success based on what somebody else doing. Success comes from how far you have started, not how far somebody else has came. So, you know, I just want people to understand, like, you know, don't be intimidated to, you know, go start working out, even though you may not be at the level somebody else is.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, so I would just encourage people, like, you got to start somewhere. In order to get somewhere, you got to start somewhere. Let me say that again. In order to get somewhere, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and you just have to eliminate the comparison. Like, just don't. Like, everyone's unique. Everyone has, like, even the body, like, we have different body types. Like, that's a huge aspect that, you know, I read about the body types. You know, some people are naturally, like, muscular. They have the mesomorph, like, they build muscles really quickly. So even like, you might be working, like, a person might be working out with someone else, but you're making more, like, progress, but it's based on their body type. There's so many factors when it comes to exercising, and focusing on just the physical appearance. It might be, you know, it might be discouraging based on, like, whatever factor. Like, you know, a person that has kids and all that, the time, you know, the energy, and, you know, the discipline might be different for a single person. So there's so many factors that come into this thing. And so that's why I always say eliminate comparison. Like, track your, like, internalize the progress, track your progress, compare yourself to what you were the day before and where you want to be. And even if you don't hit the goal, but if anyone is consistent, they'll see slight changes. You know, the comparison is like, okay, and when you identify those changes, you can now focus on what you want to improve. So that's the process. Like, just, I do logs. I've been doing logs. Like, I'm happy I'm born in the digital age where I can record everything I need with my cell phone. I'm grateful for that. A couple of years ago, I wouldn't be able to do that, but, like, just tracking the progress. Okay, this week, I only do weigh-in once a week. I lost 2 pounds, I gained 2 pounds. I know now I just started, like, photo, like, pictures, like, comparison, like, where you take the body measurements and, like, then you take a picture, like, okay, because sometimes the scale doesn't really tell the whole story. There's also water weight. If you're dehydrated, your body will, like, retain more water, bloating, things like that. So just pictures and stuff like that. Or in the initial phase, find a way. I'll just say recommend that they find a way to track your progress, because it kind of, like, pushes you to, you know, do more, because people love to see results. Like, people love that excitement of, like, making an improvement. It's like getting a new job, or you know, getting some award for publishing a book or something. I know you can't really, the scale is different, but still, it's just a small excitement that can make you keep going.
Yeah, so, and that's another you know, thing I was gonna say, is how, you know, I think, like, you know, I think of it as like playing a video game. You know,
yeah.
any game, it's like, you know, people get excited when they level up in something.
Oh yeah,
So, you know, it's like when you playing Pac-Man or something like that, or you playing some of these modern games like GTA,
Oh
right?
yeah.
There's levels to this stuff, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people get excited, you know, when they complete a level,
Oh, I
they
know.
feel accomplished, right? And
Yes.
so think of it like, as in, you know, when you're trying to accomplish some of your goals, think of it as like leveling up, like always working towards something new.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I do a lot of bench pressing. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when I first started bench pressing, which was back in like high school,
Mm-hmm.
I could barely get 135, which is about
Yeah, right.
45s on each side. Like I was like at 95 pounds. I'm like, man, what if one day I'll be able to get 135, right? And I was like, and when I finally got to 135, I'm like, oh, okay, bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was
Yeah.
proud of myself. And then I saw the NFL combine and I saw how dudes getting 225. I said, bet I can get that. So that's when I started working on trying to get to 225. That was another level I wanted to hit. Actually, no,
Yeah.
before 225 was 185.
Mm-hmm.
So a 45 and a 25 on each side, because that was hard for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let me get to 185. And then once I got to 185, I'm like, bro, I want to get to 225. I want to rep out 225.
Oh,
Over
yeah.
time, I started working on trying to rep 225. That's why I kept going, because I wanted to keep reaching that level. And I still got more levels. So now I'm at 225. Now I can rep that boy out. So
Yeah.
now I'm trying to rep 275. And
Oh,
then once I get rep 275, I'm gonna get to 315. So I'm still trying to get to 315. I'm on the road to 315. I haven't got there yet. That's like 345s on each side. So that's a lot of weight.
yeah. I
I'm at
know.
two. My PR right now for one is 285. So 285 for me, that's where I'm at. And I'm trying to work the 315. So, you know, I'm just using that as an example, because that's why, you know, I'm working toward new goals every single day. Every time I go to the gym, my personal goal is to get stronger.
Yes.
So, you know, every time I'm working out, I'm trying to increase the weight.
Mm-hmm.
So those are levels I have. Because once I say, okay, I can get, you know, 200 pounds, oh, well,
Yeah.
now I get 300. So that gives
Yeah.
me the motivation to keep going, because I'm like, I'm going to be able to accomplish that for me.
Yeah.
And for me, that's an accomplishment. Now, I've seen dudes, you know, who can bench way more than that. Like, I think dudes can bench, like, it depends. Like, they're bodybuilders, like, that can do like 500 to 600 pounds. But I
Yeah.
ain't worried about that, though, because I'm trying to get to what I can get. And I'm trying to get 300 pounds, which I'm very
Yeah.
close. I'm very close.
Yeah.
I'm a few pounds off. But yeah, you
Right.
know, it's just kind of having those levels, kind of having those, you know, new goals, new excitements, to where you can keep, you know, continuing to keep doing it over and over, because you know that you want to get to that point to where you can do that.
Mhm.
So that's what I would suggest, you know, kind of making it
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, kind of having set levels, to where it's like, okay, level one, okay, I'm trying to, you know, walk maybe a mile. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
level two, walk 2 miles. Level three, walk 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to have new goals for yourself. That's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to,
Yeah.
you know, keep you motivated to, you know, go out and accomplish it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I say setting goals. It's something that would help anyone
Yeah.
that's starting a fitness journey.
Yes, ma'am. Now, real quick, you know, I know we talked a lot about fitness and goals and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, taking care of your body in that regard. Um, but now I want to go into talking about the food aspect. So I know you from Nigeria, and I know you be eating a lot of great foods, you know what I'm saying? So now I want to know, like, you know what I'm saying, like what type of meals you be eating? Like, what type of meals do you eat to refill your body, so you can have that energy to go out and do it again the next day?
Um, so since I moved here, I know my diet has changed like significant, not really significantly. I still eat like a lot of rice. I do love rice. I would never take rice out of my diet. Yeah. So now I try to I eat anything I want, or I do more portion control. So what I eat most times, like what I eat in a day, every day I start my day with eggs. I love eggs, very easy to make. Sometimes cooking can be like stressful. So I try to make cooking really easy. And people like to meal prep. I'm not a meal prepper. I love my food like hot, freshly made. So eggs in the morning, maybe eggs, scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs with bell pepper and onions. I season it with like some curry, salt, pepper, just, I love spicy things. So a lot of pepper. I love pepper. What else? Sometimes I can have it avocado. In the afternoons, I only cook once a day, like a real meal. after work. So I try to, in the afternoons, I make smoothies because it's easy to make. For me, I stick to, I think my major thing with food is the cooking process. So I try to eat things that are easy to make that I like, that I would never get bored of. Like something easy. Some people, they love to cook. I have a friend that loves to cook, but for me, I have eggs in the morning, either with avocados or what else do I do? Mostly avocados, or I can have like potatoes. Sometimes I fry potatoes. I just like cut it up, fry it in the pan. That works for me. I do love fried potatoes. Afternoon, I have a smoothie, which is very easy to make. I kind of don't get bored with food I like. So I don't mind eating the same thing every day. Some people love
Oh,
variety. Yeah.
you just like my roommate. You
Yeah.
just like my roommate. He eat the same thing every day.
Every day.
I'll tell you, you and my roommate. I mean, you guys would be really great friends because he eat the same thing every morning and he eat the same thing for dinner.
No, it's easy. You don't need to think about it. When you go to the grocery store, you know where you're going.
Wow, man, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
that was funny, man, because I instantly thought about my roommate. Like my roommate, he eat like so, and every time in the morning he eat the same egg and sausage burrito with the sour cream and the salsa. Then for dinner, he eat chicken and rice. That's it.
I know.
My man.
I love
But it works for him though. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
A
at
lot of
least
people would say it's boring, but like
uh,
it works for me. Like breakfast, eggs, lunch, smoothie. Then in the evenings, that's when I have variety. Like, I mostly cook like 3 meals or 4 meals. So in the evenings, I can have rice. In Nigeria, we have this stew, which is like a tomato sauce. I don't know if you've ever heard of this Nigerian stew with
my
chicken.
friend told me about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I do make that, which that's the thing that I cook that takes like the longest because you have to like, because everything is fresh. You get like fresh tomatoes, fresh pepper, you blend it, you dry it up, you like boil it. It takes a while. So that I only cook it like twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays, when I know, and I can store it in like meat. But I still like the fresh, like I like things that come out like straight from the pan, but I can eat leftovers, which is not my preference, but yeah. Then I also like chili, which is something I never ate in Nigeria. Is when I came here, I learned how to make chili, which is beans, ground beef, um, some of the taco spices, and it's really easy to make. I learned that here, which is something I eat too that I think I like. Then I also make pepper soup, which the seasoning, I do ask my mom to ship it down to me because I would never give up on pepper soup. Yeah. And with rice. And what else do I eat? I know I eat a lot of steak, which people say it's not good, but I like it.
Now listen, I love steak as well. Now I don't eat too much
Yeah.
of it, like you know what I'm saying. I'm trying not to eat too much red meat, but every now and again, I'll
Yeah.
eat a steak. Now
Yeah.
I have been spoiled because I did go to a steakhouse up here in Cleveland. It's called
Mm,
Red Steakhouse. And
mhm.
I went there for my birth. Actually went there twice. So I went there for my friend's birthday last year, and I went for my birthday last year as well. So I went 2 times last year, and that steak was phenomenal. And I recently had a steak last week, and it was garbage. Now
Oh.
it was not good. Now, if I eat steak, it's got to be like the bomb. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I don't really make steak. Now I should try making steak, but I don't have. See, the weather out here is still snow on the ground, and they
Mhm.
haven't cleared out the area where the grill is. So when the snow melt and it gets warmer, I'm probably gonna put some steaks on that grill. But steak
Yeah.
is good. Like I love steak. Like as long as you don't eat too much of something, like you're all right in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's me. Eggs in the morning, a smoothie for lunch. Dinner is either chili, it's either like some kind of protein and beans, or some kind of like, you know, protein and like rice. Then I do steamed broccoli for vegetables. For snacks, I do like nuts. I try to not eat a lot of sugar. I avoid anything that has sugar in it. Um, so I do. what's it called for snacks, mostly nuts like pistachios are good, almonds, sometimes you just want a snack. I do like popcorn, which is kind of healthy. I do make my popcorn myself. What else do I do? I only cook with olive oil, which is healthy. I try not to put like a lot of like oil, like put a lot of oil in the food. Snacks also, I try to do like fruits, even though I do have fruits in the smoothie. So I'm not really, and vegetables like baby carrots. Those are good. You can eat a lot of them and it's healthy. The thing with nuts, they're tasty, but portion control. Because if you're working on losing weight, you have to like go through this like calorie deficit process. So yeah, people don't, I won't say focus on calories, but like if the goal is to lose weight, then there should be a rationing process. If the goal is to bulk up, then you eat more. Like, if my friend wants to bulk up, he's eating like 3,000, 4,000 calories. I'm trying to lose weight. Some people do. Yeah,
I honestly just eat when I'm hungry. I don't know if I can force myself to eat like that.
Oh yeah, some people like there was a lady that said she was like a bodybuilder and she had to eat, like she had to force
Well,
feed
that's what I'm saying.
herself.
Like, I don't know if that's all that's healthy though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. But I just know I eat when I'm hungry. I usually eat about 3 times a day, 3
Mm-hmm.
times a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
don't know.
eat 3, 4
That's
plus
one.
snack.
See, that's one thing I'm not too sure about because I have heard about when you're bodybuilding, you tend to eat like 5, 6 meals a day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. Like,
Yeah.
I
But
don't
that's
know. Nobody need all that.
that's your profession. That's like, it's something that they do for a living. It's something that they're proud about. It's like, as I say, the goal. Like everyone, when you have to define the goal. Like for me, I am just trying to be healthy. I just want to live a healthy life. And so my goal, I do try to like improve my strength, but most I do lift. But I notice that I also bulk up really easily. So I do not do a lot of upper body training because that's me. I do not want the bulky arms. I stick to like light weights, But the legs, I go all out with the legs. I love the legs. Yeah. So for me, my goal is like, okay, based on my
That's
body type.
that's typically any girl right there. Any girl that is working out, they tend to love legs, and it is what it is. It
Yeah,
is what it is, though.
there's
Dudes and
something else though.
girls. Boys, men and women, they train differently. So I get it. I
Yeah,
really
they do
get it.
train
Yeah,
differently. And like people have different body types.
right.
Like, for me, I observed it and I noticed it and I talked to my sisters and they were like, yeah, they noticed that they have very defined arms. Like they cannot do, it's not like I can't, it's just I don't want to look that way. I can do it, but like my goal, I do not want. Some women love like, building all that. And I'm deviating, we're talking about food, but yeah. So basically when it comes to like food, depends on the goal. I do eat what I enjoy, but it depends on like what the person wants to achieve. Like if a person is like 200 pounds and your height also maybe you're 5'5" and maybe that's overweight and the person wants to lose weight, they can eat anything but portion control. You have to go through that like process of like cutting down calories and also avoid unhealthy things. I just don't, people make the mistake of just cutting everything out. I'm not going to eat bread. I'm not going to eat like chocolates. I'm not going to eat anything at all. And then they start craving it. And when they eat it, they just overdo it. Yeah. So that's one of the things I can talk about for me. I've never been the kind of person that likes sweet stuff like sugar. I'm more of a salty person. Like I love salty. I love anything. I love chips. Like I can go hard on like potato chips, but those are the things I try to avoid. But I do reward myself. Like that's the process. Like, if I stick to my routine for a while, maybe Saturdays I give myself my reward. Bag of chips. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not like, okay, I have to like cut it off for 6 months, then like, I didn't know what it is, but It's like withdrawal. Yeah. And you just go hard. So yeah. But that's what I eat. It's pretty
Yeah.
boring.
I mean, listen, I heard this saying, life is all about balance.
Mhm.
Life is all about balance. So, if you generally eating healthy, eating what you're supposed to eat, there's nothing wrong with, getting an ice cream cone or, eating a
Mhm.
bag of chips. There ain't nothing wrong with that. See, that's the thing. People feel like they gotta suffer themselves. You ain't gotta suffer, yourself, just so you can tend to, eat healthy. Like you don't have to do that. Like it's just being able to control, being able to balance it, right? So you don't want to eat too much of something. Like, for example, you don't want to eat too much sweets. There's nothing wrong with eating sweets. Like people think like, oh, if you eat sweets, like that's terrible. Like, no, it's just if you eat too much of that, that's not good for you because then you overloading on
Mhm.
sweets, and that could cause that's not going to be good for you. But as long as you getting the right nutrients in, for the majority of the time, and then every now and again, if you want to eat an ice cream, you want to eat a cookie, don't feel guilty about that. You know what I'm saying? But in general, it just depends on what your fitness goals is.
Mhm.
Right. So it's all depending on upon what your goals are. So,
Mhm.
don't feel ashamed that, maybe somebody is, somebody you're talking to is not eating sweets and they try to shame you for eating sweets. Like, no, like as long as you, like I said, like have a strict or have a like some set schedule. Like for me,
Yeah.
every Friday, like yesterday, like, that was my day where I tend to, get off my healthy eating. And that's where I'm, going out to eat. Me and my roommate, we go out to eat. Yesterday we had this sandwich at this place called Panini's. It's called the overstuffed sandwich. And the sandwich had like salami, it had like uh, fries on the sandwich, it had lettuce, tomato, it was like a Italian, it was like a little Italian type sandwich with fries on it. Then we had some nachos with some cheese, some sour cream and stuff like that. So, every Friday is my day where, I go out to eat. But, during the week, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm cooking, chicken, cooking some grilled chicken, cooking salmon, what I'm saying, pork chop, I'm just kind of generally cooking and eating healthy throughout the week. And then on the week, on Friday, that's where I take that day to spoil myself. That way, balance. That way, I'm not like, lacking or, suffering myself
Yeah.
just to try to eat a certain way. So life is all about balance. As long as you balance it out, as long as you, know what you put into your body and, generally eating healthy, then I
Yeah.
think you're all right. So that's my thing. So as long as you're
Yeah.
doing that, you good.
Like they call it a cheat day, which
Yeah.
typically like that cheat day once a week where you get to like eat stuff you avoid. But
Right.
like I know, and people can tailor their like eating patterns to someone else. Just because I'll enjoy rice doesn't mean the best way to go about it is find what you enjoy eating that's still healthy. Like for me, I'm comfortable eating the same thing every day. Some people can't just stand eating the same thing every day. Or just find like try out different things, like watch YouTube videos, try out something new. Never know. Might just find something you like. And also having some kind of like for me, I do not need a meal plan because I eat the same thing besides dinner.
Uh,
but but like having a meal plan can help. I know people meal prep is not. I tried it once and I don't like it, but just find whatever works out for you.
yeah.
That's the main thing. That's the when it comes to food. Um, oh, I didn't mention. I am 5'3", so I probably read a book like 5 years ago, and calorie intake has to do with height, and I use this MyFitnessPal app. Well, there's so many. I don't want to mention no mention of any apps, but like sometimes when depending on the goal, if a person wants to lose weight or gain weight or whatever, there's like a calorie intake they need, and I do measure like if I'm gonna have rice, and I know rice has a lot of carbs, I do have like a portion. I know, okay, I'm gonna eat like 1 cup of boiled rice, not just like fill on the plate with rice, or chicken. So I do like the measurement thing. That kind of helps me keep track of what I consume. So like if I want to eat, I love eating 3 times a day, and my calorie intake is like 1,500, and I eat 1,500 for breakfast. That's not gonna work. Yeah, so let's have like a system that keeps you accountable to what you eat, because diet is a huge part of the whole fitness journey. Exercise is one aspect, but diet is so important, because people go to the gym and like hit it hard, burn a lot of calories, and they go back home and just eat because they feel like, yeah, they've put in the work of like going to the gym, so they don't need to watch what they eat or like have that control. So that's another huge aspect. For me, the food log thing works for me. But someone else, it might be irritating to have to log in what they eat.
I got a
Or
friend who does that. I got a friend who be tracking his calories like that. That he be logging and he be logging his stuff on like this fitness app, and he also be like very cautious about his calories. Like when I'm with him, he be like, we be ordering some. He be like, yo, how many calories does it have in it? I'm like, bro, like what? I'm like, bro, just eat it, man. Like, dude, if you want to eat it, like I've never really been big in tracking my calories. I mean, I have nothing against it. I just don't do it. I really don't, because like I don't really feel like I should be living off a number. So I just kind of just like, kind of determine like, just kind of eyeing my portions. Like, okay, like I eat enough to where I'm like full. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that's how I view. But I know people be into that. Like I said, I got a friend who's really into tracking his calories. I'm not really into that. I just kind of just, just eat. Yeah. I just eat. Like honestly, like when I'm hungry, I just eat it. But I try to eat healthy. Like, what I'm saying? I'm not eating like,
wait,
donuts.
How tall are you? Like
I'm 6'2".
You see? And I'm 5'3". I can eat the way you eat.
Right. Nah, see, yeah, me and you eating, our portion size is probably a little different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your portion size.
I do have a friend that she's like 5'11". I was like, she's tall. And I noticed this, she eats. Like, she eats a lot. Well, she, like, compared to me, she's like eating way more than I do. And she's so skinny. I'm like, why are you so skinny?
Yeah, high metabolism.
But I can't compare myself to her, because these are things that we have to consider. We're different anatomy, different body types. There's so many variations to consider. So most times when it comes to food, I tell people to do their research, figure out what works for them, do the process of elimination, or try out different things. Don't cut what you really love out, because you're gonna go crazy when you're craving. And for women, different moods, emotions, things like that. Like the day you have a bad day, you can just not had an ice cream for a month or two. You're gonna eat the whole bowl. Go through a breakup or something.
Oh Lord of mercy. All right.
Yeah, it happens.
I know it be in the movies. I know it's probably in real life too.
It happens in real life.
I know it do. That's why they put it in the movies. I understand.
Yeah, I know. Like, it happens. Like, I don't remember. Like, me personally, I went through a breakup once, and I gained 10 pounds in like 2 weeks or something. And I just there's that phase, and you go and get like, okay, calm down. Your life is not over. Why are you so?
Right. No, see that's another episode that we could talk about right there. Yeah. That's something that that's why I call my podcast Disinfecting Your Life, because we're gonna have to disinfect that part of your life if you feel like you gotta eat.
Yeah,
over a break. Yeah, no, we gonna that's another episode for another day. But, yeah, I was like, no, I understand that happens. But that's what we were saying. Control yourself, right?
Yeah,
so don't suffer. Don't make yourself suffer. Control yourself. Definitely keep it under control. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of us trying to
Yeah.
tell you to eat. Just keep it under
Yeah,
control.
it happens, you know.
Yeah.
People go through phases. Like it's like it's never just people expect that the process would just be like up, you know, when you plot the graph and it's just like what
Yeah.
they call it. I should know this. Anyway, whatever. Like it's
What you
just
doing?
up, like the graph goes all the way up. It's just gonna be a smooth journey.
Oh, a line graph.
Yeah, the line graph, you know.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes the progress, like life can hit you. Something will happen. COVID happened. We never expected it. We were stuck inside for a
That's
whole
right.
year.
It's like if you want to compare that, if you want to talk about comparing like lines and stuff, like it's like the stock market. It's like if you look at the stock market, you look how volatile that is. Like one day a stock could be up all the way up, next day all the way down. That's life. Like sometimes you may be, experiencing some growth. Other times, you may have some setbacks. But as long as you falling forward in your process, I heard that. I remember hearing that term, man. And I remember that was deep. Like as long as you falling forward, because you're going to fall.
Yeah.
There's going to be some setbacks, but as long as you're going forward in the process, that's all that matters. So yeah, man. So definitely don't, be afraid to jump out there and, try something new, man. And, take a risk, do something that you may not be comfortable with, because you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That was probably one of the other things that I heard as well. That was probably one of the best advice I ever heard. Learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. But yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show with this last question. So I know we talked about being in the gym a lot. I know that's our happy place, but we only got so much time in the gym. So after the gym, so when you outside the gym, what are some things that you're doing to help take care of yourself?
Outside the gym, what do I do to take care of myself? Like I feel like for me, my go-to is mostly things I do for fun, which coming here is different because winters don't exist in Nigeria, but they do exist here. And I do love to like take walks. I cannot stand the cold. New England, no.
You moved to the wrong place. If you can't stand the cold, I don't know why you moved up to New Hampshire.
I came there, I came here to study and I stayed here. But like I do love outdoor activities. So during the summer, I go like paddle boarding, which is fun. I take hikes. What else do I do? I try new things. I don't really have like specific things, but like things that are like get me outside. Others, I love just hanging out with friends. Like just social interaction is a big part. Just chats. Like I love to talk to people. I'm not really social. Like I'm an introvert, but I can do one-on-one conversation or a group of 4, max 10. No.
I'm just like you for real, because I'm the same way. Like if
Yeah.
it's like a small group of people for me, like that's where I feel like I'm at. I'm able to talk and give my input. But when it's like a big group, it's just like, all right, like I'm just kind of just there, just chilling, like because I'm not like a big extrovert to where like if I go to a party, I'm not gonna be like the person that's gonna be the center of attention. Like I'm just like in the back, just chilling for real. But yeah, I love small get-togethers. That's my thing. Small get-togethers with friends. Because usually those friends are the real friends. Once you start, having all these people around, bro, like there's a lot of holes in your circle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Another thing I do like doing, like I said, I like dancing. Terrible dancer, but love it. So that's something else initially, like when I was maybe in college, the reason why I go clubbing was to dance, nothing else. I love, and that's something, even you're burning calories dancing. If anyone enjoys dancing, it's an amazing way to work out. Like you're socializing and you're actually kind of burning some calories. So or burning fat or like moving or getting those muscles like strong. So yeah, I do. Since I moved here, I don't really do that anymore because I love Afrobeat. Go to clubs around the New England region. You only hear, I don't hear the kind of music I like moving to. But like there's some African clubs around, but they're really far away. So yeah, for me, Summers, mostly the beach. I love going to the beach or a lake. I, rent out a paddleboard, kayaking. I go hiking.
Oh, that was a good. I see. I like that because actually got into kayaking this year as well. That's another good
Oh,
one.
nice,
Yeah,
nice,
it's
nice.
relaxing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winters, I haven't found anything next. Winters, I hibernate. What do I do for fun during the winters? Nothing really. I don't. Maybe I don't know how to ski. I don't know how to skate. Like all the some winter activities. It's not something I experienced growing up. So I'm still trying to figure out what I can do during the winter. Yeah, I did try skiing. Horrible. Cold.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm just kind of in. I'm just kind of in chilling during the winter months because
Yeah.
it'd be too
Yeah.
cold, man. It'd be too cold. But I mean, I do go out. Like I said, like okay, so for the winter, like when it gets cold, there's a lot of indoor stuff. Like I don't know, do
Mhm.
you do bowling? I mean, are you in a bowling?
Yeah, I tried bowling. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
But that's the thing with bowling, like, because I've been trying to like limit the alcohol or cut it off or just drink like once a week.
Wait, what? What?
And bowling is not fun without alcohol.
What? Bro, wait, what? What? Bro, why do you need a drink to
No,
go bowling? Bowling is cool without the alcohol.
I know for me, I just like, okay, this is like something you're in a group, like, if you're just hitting the pins and counting the scores.
Bro, what? Bro, that was wild, man. I don't never need
I
no
know,
alcohol to go bowling. Like bowling is just fun
not
with
like
itself.
drunk, but like it's more, how like a bowling alley, like the dim lights, the sound in the background, setting the mood. It's just that chilled environment. You just
Hey,
need like a glass of
you know
something.
what? Hey, you do you. I ain't never had to drink to have fun doing bowling because bowling's already fun with
No, I don't
itself.
know. It's fun, but like alcohol makes it a lot more fun.
I don't know if I agree with that, but all right.
I
I
just,
don't. I
I'm just
disagree.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But no, I say yeah, bowling is fun for me just by itself. Yeah, I don't need no
Yeah.
drinks. I mean, I do drink water though, but that's
Oh,
about
yeah, I know. I'm just
it.
kidding, but like, yeah. But summer, I don't really have like any defined thing I do during the winters that I enjoy because living here for 4 years, I've only experienced the summer for 4 years. It's gonna be a while till I figure that stuff out.
I mean, you've been there long enough. So I think what I'll give you a recommendation. Do you like trampoline parks?
I've
Do,
never been
do you like to
trampoline.
jump around?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
well, I think you should look up trampoline parks near me. Now, if they got a sky zone in your area,
Oh,
check
they
that
do.
check that one out. Check that one out. Cause me and my roommate and one of my other friends, we went to Sky Zone. I think it was two or last week. It was actually last week. Wow, it was last week.
Mhm.
And we had a blast. I mean,
Mhm.
you ain't never too old for Sky Zone. You ain't never too old. I know there's like you're gonna see a lot of kids there. It's like
I
more of
know.
like a kid type. It's advertised like a kid type place, but first of all, the parents got to be there because they got to pay for the kids. So I
Yeah.
mean, shoot, I was like,
Yeah.
you know what, it don't matter because like somebody gonna have to pay for it. So we went there, we had a blast. I mean, they got like a lot of activities you can do. My favorite thing was the basketball thing. We can jump on a
Oh, yeah.
trampoline, you can dunk the basketball in the
Oh,
hoop.
yeah.
They also had dodgeball. That's another great way to get your exercise. So if you want to have a fun way of getting exercise, go to Sky Zone, bro. Go to Sky
I'll
Zone.
try that. I would try that.
It's a great
Yeah.
workout. It's a great
Yeah.
workout. I'm telling you. So if
Yeah.
you're looking for some indoor fun, like Sky Zone, you got
Yeah.
bowling. But I already know you be turning up while you bowling. You be at the hey, you know what I'm saying? So you be turning up when
I
you
think that's
bowling.
the thing with being. I didn't know. Maybe it's just me because I didn't know. I like people say I'm more like fully an introvert because it's this other side.
So you're more of
Like
an
most of my
ambivert.
friends.
You're
Sorry.
you're an ambivert. An
Yeah.
ambivert is in between. So
Yeah.
you're kind of like you're an introvert,
Very never
in
been.
certain settings, but you're an
Yeah.
extrovert when it comes to certain settings. So you're kind of in the middle. Okay, I see. I'm the same way for real.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be like, you know, hyped up and stuff like that. You know, I'll be, you know, expressing myself more than if it was like a group of people. I just kind of be like,
Yeah,
chilling
just get
for real.
yeah.
But yeah.
I know that. Yeah. So that's just what I do
All right.
outside the gym. I don't think my primary goal for doing all that is like working out, but it does keep me active. Yeah. Something else I have started doing, which I feel helps. Um, Not really like an activity, but like during the day, I try not to lie down. Like when I'm awake, is either I'm sitting, standing, or moving around. And that really helps. Like it helps a lot. And I noticed that when I started doing that, I noticed like my back muscles have like really gotten stronger because I never lift more than my body weight, like squats. Um, that's just my preference. But recent, I'm just like, this feels so light because I don't know. So
First of all, when you squatting, like, are you trying to get stronger or you just trying to like maintain?
I'm mostly trying to maintain. And
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to get stronger. But I know that there's this, like, for strength training, which I try to do strength training, you have to like go up a level. But
Yeah.
I like when working out, form is really important. So when it's too difficult to lift and my form is not right, I just stick to that weight group because I'm trying to avoid injuries too. So that's a huge aspect. Form is very important in whatever anyone's trying to do. If people don't know the right form, like doing a squat because you can hurt your knee and things like that, like you're trying out an exercise, you have to make sure the form is right before going heavy. So for me, I started light. I started progressing. I was not doing the weekly thing. I just wanted to stick to making sure it's not that difficult to like be in the right form, like go down the right way and all that. But anytime I notice that this is getting easy, I just go up like 10, 20 pounds, you know. But mostly I stick to my body weight. I think I've been for like 10 years now, I've been like 130, 135, worst case 140. But that's just me, so I just do like 130, that's I don't know why, but I just feel I've been exercising, but not to like build muscles, or I do like being toned. Well, I'm not trying to look lean or lose that much body fat, just to stay healthy. So yeah. So as I was saying, like just not lying down throughout the day. If you just don't lie down, you realize that you have so much. Like sometimes you get bored and you do something. Sometimes when you just lay on the bed, you can just stay there for an hour, maybe be on Instagram, live stream, whatever. Like there are multiple streaming services now. So that helps. Just sitting helps a lot, which when I do that, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. Let me listen to an audiobook or let me read, or maybe I should clean. Or something.
So you try to like keep yourself busy
Yeah,
where
it's
you're not
just,
like being unproductive.
yeah. So it just, I don't know, like something I tried and I'm like, why? I noticed that my posture is a lot better now.
Mm.
Yeah, I know like sitting down, kind of slouch, but just the standing process and like the back muscles, like people don't realize that just standing or being upright can actually help you work on your back muscles and just keep your spine aligned. So that's something I realized that, okay, that works. Not just laying down all the time. And again, if you lay down and maybe you're supposed to go to the gym, probably not good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely gotta use all the time that you have in your day. Cause
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like I be guilty of that too. Like sometimes like when I'm in my bed, I don't feel like, doing nothing. I feel like just sitting there. But
Mhm.
yeah, I can be guilty of that too. I would lie to y'all if I say I didn't fall victim to that. But yeah, I definitely think like getting up, moving around, You know, I have some great conversations with my roommate, you know what I'm saying? You know, we be in the kitchen talking. So that helps, you know, stay out of my room, you know, stuff like that to the point where I don't, fall victim to being lazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great strategy. I think I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
try that as well. Try not to
Yeah.
sit for longer than like 10 minutes, you feel me? Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna start getting lazy for real.
Yeah. Well, for me, the reason why I'm doing it is because after COVID, I had to work from home, and it's just to separate like home from work. Like home is where I relax, not work. So it was difficult or to just be productive because I'm like, oh, let me just lay down, or maybe I can walk on my bed. It doesn't work, Some people work for them, but yeah, that's one thing. Anyway,
All
okay.
right, all right,
I
sister.
have questions for you. I'm not sure.
You what?
I'm not sure if I have any questions for
Oh
you.
no. See, no, that's the day with the podcast. That's I asked the question. So nah, you don't have to come with no
I don't
question.
have any
If you ain't,
questions.
well, if you ain't got no
I just,
question, hey, that's all good. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, yeah, no. Usually, yeah, I'll be asking you the questions because you the
yeah,
guest.
I know.
But yeah, no, if you don't have no questions, that's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I think you did a phenomenal job for real. You know, I love the conversation. Really love the conversation. Really love talking to people like this. You know, because they got a different motivation, different drive about them, man. I always love to get to know them. So this was a great show for real, for real. For those of you who want to, follow Miss Ugochi on Instagram, follow her on IG at LDAH_fitness. I don't know how to say that. Is it A or I?
Imelda, but like after every vowel, after the first vowel, like every vowel in between, there's an H. But sometimes people take the name and you're like, what can I do to change it? Yeah. So my middle name, my middle name is Imelda. That's why I use that.
Oh, that's how you say it?
Imelda, like IMELDA.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know how to say that. I just spelled it out. But either way, I'm gonna put it in the description for y'all, man, because like I said, like in case you didn't get that, I'm gonna put that in the description.
Imelda_fitness.
There you go. That's her Instagram. Go check her out. Go follow her on all the things on her Instagram and check her out. Check her fitness page out. Peep some of those workouts, man. You might want to take some of those for real. Those look pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to take a trip up there to New Hampshire, and we're gonna have to work out together one day. So I'm gonna have to get a flight, and be able to hang out with you for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get the workouts in, and also try some of that good food for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to come through for real. Like I said, I think I'm serious. I think I'm gonna have to come through for real. I always say that, but I think I'm serious on this one for real. But
You love kayaking, so maybe.
exactly, we can go out kayaking for real. You know what I'm saying? We definitely take that trip out there on the water and get the
I
paddle.
love the places up in
Yeah.
Maine.
I have to take you to Sky Zone, and we're gonna have to go bowling. But I'm not gonna be drinking. But you can drink.
Oh no, it's fine.
You can, I mean,
That's okay. You've never tried it. You never know.
I mean, I'm not really into drinking. That's one thing I'm not into. I'm not really into drinking.
I'm just kidding.
But no, I'm gonna have to take you to Sky Zone for real. I'm gonna have to take you to Sky Zone,
Sure,
and we're gonna have to jump.
no, I shoot for that.
We're gonna have to jump around. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to see what you got. We'll see what you got. But but yeah, it's been a great show. Like I said, follow me on Instagram at Disaffect Your Life. That's no spaces, no capitals. Check out all my latest and greatest. Definitely go peep my link tree on my Instagram, under my Instagram page. And definitely go click on it. I got my connect calls, my little connect calls you can sign up for if you want to have a conversation. And I got my book as well, Step Towards Your Purpose. Go check that out. That's on Amazon, but you can also access it on the link in the link tree. Go check out my merch. You know what I'm saying? Got all the links to my podcast, all the platforms my podcasts are on. So definitely go check me out, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going places in 2022. Like I told y'all before, that's my motto, going places 2022, baby. You feel me? But yeah, man, it's been a great show for y'all, man. I really appreciate my sister coming on. Actually, I'm sorry, my queen. It's my queen, Queen Ugochi coming on. Excuse me, I have to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Show a symbol of royalty for real. But yeah, it's been a great show, man. This your boy, Chris Simmons, alongside special guest Ugochi. We out. Take care, y'all. Peace.